Hey everyone, welcome to my video. In this video I am explaining my credit risk analysis project dashboard insights using PowerPoint presentation and Power BI. So let's get started. So in PPT I have my credit risk analysis. This is my title for my PPT, and in Power BI we have both dashboard 1, dashboard 2. So now move to do my PPT. My first slide is KPI indicator for different parameter. So average default rate based on loan grade is D grade, highest default rate at 2138. For G, lowest default rate is 63. Insight from this data is there is a significant correlation between loan grade and default rate. Higher grade loan G show a lower default risk, while lower grade loans D carry a much higher risk, higher default risk. So now move to the second KPI, average interest rate based on loan grade. B grade, highest interest rate at 102,654.95, and G grade, lowest interest rate at 1194.84. So insight from this KPI is highest grade loan have much higher interest rate, possibly indicating high risk lending, whereas lower grade loans have significantly lower interest rate. Now move to my third KPIs, average loan amount based on loan grade. B grade, highest loan amount is 103,643,275, and G grade, lowest loan at 1,100,525. Insight from this KPI is higher loan amount are associated with higher loan grade B, while lower grade have much smaller amount, showing more conservative lending for higher risk borrowers. Now this data already we seen in question number 1. Here 63 already seen in my data, 63 2138 for D. So this is my question number 1 KPI indicator. Now move to my second slide, home status wise loan default rate. Highest default rate as rent, home status as rent, 34.5%, 34.55% of loans, and 15.97%, approx 16% default rate. And lowest default rate as owner, own means owner, own, and 7.31% of loans, and 0.059% default rate. So insight from this, renting borrowers show a higher risk of default, while owning a home correlatively with a lower default rate, suggesting to home ownership is linked to more financial stability. This data is shown in my here we can see 34.55% are rented, and default rate is 15.97, and for owner 7.31% loan, and default rate is 0.5%, very less. Now customer working rate years versus loan default rate status. Most default rate customer in 1 to 5 years working age have the highest default rate, and lowest default rate customer with more than 20% or more experience also show 0% default rate. Insight from this data is loan default rate are higher among borrowers in their early career stages 1 to 5 years, while default rates decreases significantly with the increased working experience. Here we can already seen in this video, in this visual, 0 to 5 the maximum loan taken by here, and the maximum red bar are shown in 0 to 5 years working years range. Here when the working age increases gradually, the percentage of loan also decreases, and the default rate will also increase. Same insight from I am getting from here. Increased work experience, lower default rate. Now move my another slide, loan amount and annual income relationship. Highest annual income and loan amount. Home improvement annual income is 73.48k. Loan amount is 10.35k. So this is I think it's a home improvement sum of income, and this is the sum of amount, and the lowest annual income and loan is medical section, and annual income is 61.34k and loan amount is 9.26. Insight from borrower with higher annual income tends to take out large loans, with home improvement loans being the highest in both income and load amount. So I'm taking is this home improvement has the highest longest bar in this visual, and the maximum loan amount is here, and lowest for medical section 61.34k, and lowest bar for loan amount is 9.26. and loan amount for annual income ratio, highest ratio medical and education both at 0.15, and lower ratio at debt consolidation, venture, personal and home improvement all at 0.14%. Insight from this data is medical and education loan have the highest loan to income ratio, indicating higher borrowing relative to income in this category. Now we seen in this visual 0.15 for medical and education, and other all are in 0.14. Now move to my another slide. Loan default rate based on loan years. Highest default rate at 0.5 years 19.81%, and lowest default rate is 20 to 30 years less than 0.5%. Loan default insight from this data is loan default rates are significantly higher in the early years of the loan, especially when the first five years, but drop drastically for longer than duration 20 plus years. So seen in my Power BI, here we can see highest at 19.81% when the loan years is increasing, so the default rate also decreasing, and after a 20 to 30 years range the default rate is very less. Now default rate versus interest rate comparison. Default rate is 0.85 into 10 to the power minus 5 power, so extremely low, and interest rate range between 0 to 23%. So inside from details, default rate are negligible comparing to interest rate, indicating the interest rate even at the highest do not strongly correlate with default risk. So check in the my visual. So here we can see when interest rate is 0 and the default rate is 0. So here we can take a comparison. Also here is showing a straight line default rate because is 10 to the power minus 5 friction, 0 friction, so it's very low, near to 0. So when I'm going to my 2%, so here we can see the data is here friction of minus 5, and here we have 2%. So it's taking a very big difference between both default rate and interest rate. So that's the reason is showing a very unstable graph for this data. So now move to the my another slide. This is completed. Now loan default rate by loan purpose. Highest default rate as medical section, and lowest default rate as venture. Insight from here this data is medical loans have the highest default rate, followed by debt consolidation, while venture loans have the lowest default rate, suggesting differing risk level based on loan purpose. So I'm checking my here. So here you can see loan default rate based on loan purpose. Medical has the highest 22.81% and venture has the lowest 11.91%. So this is my insight from my data. Now move to my another slide. Risk score and multiple data inside. So lowest risk score is 6. Total amount income is 697,496k. Loan amount is this. Average working years is 9, and for historical default count, historical defaults, here is count 9434, means these people are never default history. And highest risk for highest risk score is 11, and the annual income is this, and loan amount is this. Average working years is 0. We already know, see in my previous slide where the average age is 0 to 5 has the maximum default rate. Here we can see average working year 0, so highest risk score is 11. Historical default is 41, means 41 people in this data have no default rate. All others have the default history. So insight from this data is low risk score are linked to higher income, more years, and fewer historical default, while high risk score correspond to lower income, fewer working years, and more historical default. So check in my Power BI. Here we can see this is my customer annual income, and this is my loan amount. Here we can see 9 people. This is the average working age 9, and this is the count of people who never default. Here we have 6 is the my risk score. Here we can see, and here 9 is my lowest maximum score, but it means these people have the highest default chance. Here we can see 1310k is my, here is loan amount, and 5189 is customer annual income, and 41 people have only 41 people have 0 credit history, 0 default previous default history, and 0 people only 0 in this section. Only all the people have 0 year experience, means no working experience. So that's the reason very high risk score is here. So now move my another slide. So I think slide is finished, and this is my name, and this is my full video, and this is my present video link. This is my YouTube and LinkedIn and GitHub account. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you.